정찰위성 성공적으로 발사. 신용위성 운반 로켓 천리마 1형은 예정된 비행 궤도를 따라 정상 비행하여 발사 후 705초 만인 22시 54분 13초에 정찰위성 만리경 1호를 궤도에 정확히 진입시켰습니다.
Now, there's more to say about just how effective this satellite will be and how South Korea has already initiated a firm response, including partially suspending a 2018 inter-Korean military agreement designed to prevent border clashes. But let's start with what North Korea told us. According to state media Wednesday, the North has successfully placed its Mallikyung-1 spy satellite into orbit. Under the observation of leader Kim-Jong-un, it was carried by a new type of Chollima-1 rocket from a launch site in Tongchangni on the North's west coast at 10:42 p.m. Tuesday, over an hour ahead of the launch window that North Korea gave Japan's Coast Guard. South Korea, the US and Japan all swiftly condemned the launch on the basis that it violated multiple UN Security Council resolutions banning the North's use of ballistic missile technology, but also because of alleged tech support from Russia, which may have been an important factor after North Korea's failed launches in May and August. And with regional tensions rising, South Korea's cabinet also quickly moved Wednesday morning to approve a motion to partially suspend that 2018 inter-Korean military accord. That motion was also rapidly approved by President Yoon-Suk-yeol, who'd earlier presided over an emergency National Security Council meeting in London following the North's launch, with Yoon being on a state visit to the UK. In immediate practical terms, this opens the way for South Korea to carry out surveillance close to the inter-Korean border to better detect and more appropriately respond to any threats. But North Korea had already broken the 2018 agreement multiple times with live-fire drills, drone flights, and the destruction of an inter-Korean liaison office. And South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff has pledged to maintain a robust defense posture with the US. Note that Tuesday's launch came hours after the nuclear-powered USS Carl Vinson aircraft carrier arrived in Busan in a show of force by the Allies. But we're still left with the question of just how significant this Mallikyung-1 satellite will be. While Seoul and Washington officials continue their analysis, we have previously heard from the South Korean military how this North Korean satellite is smaller than a typical reconnaissance satellite and may not be able to provide images of an adequate resolution to function as a true military spy satellite. We might point out North Korea's view that the launch will make a significant contribution to definitely ramping up the war preparedness of the armed forces. Also, based on state media, the North defended the launch as its legitimate right to strengthen self-defensive capabilities and vowed to launch several additional spy satellites in a short span of time. And Pyongyang will also take pride in claiming this success before South Korea's planned launch of its own first spy satellite at the end of this month. A military spy satellite is among the high-tech weapons that North Korea had vowed to develop to enhance its defense capability. This was actually the North's 8th known launch of a satellite carrying rockets since 1998, and the 3rd time it's placed a satellite into space orbit. But the first two in 2012 and 2016 were both Earth observation satellites classified as being for non-military purposes. The worry for South Korea and its allies is that the North will now also perhaps move forward with more momentum towards its other stated goals of developing solid fuel intercontinental ballistic missiles and a nuclear-powered submarine. We'll keep an eye on those developments as well as South Korea's planned satellite launch. And if you would appreciate that, please help us keep making content like this with a like and a subscribe. And feel free to join the conversation by having your say in the comments below.